sign says they're closed, this wood carving place, but I recognize that wood carving from Wikipedia. That's the Mogollon monster. And he's got all kinds of aliens and other cute stuff. It's weird seeing something you saw on Wikipedia in real life. Anyway, onward. I got me a little fire going here in this most epic fire pit. This thing's big. I'm not trying to have a big fire, but they did leave me these big logs, whoever was here before me. So we'll burn those till we don't feel like having a fire anymore tonight. Or unless we start getting vocalizations. So I got my old school trail camera here. We're gonna point at the campsite. Got the fire pit, that gigantic epic fire pit. And then all the woods back behind there. And there are campsites there. They're empty right now. I doubt anyone's coming here. It is a weekday. We'll see. But I saw all kinds of signs of animals foraging and digging back there. I saw signs of bear back there. They should be asleep. It is December. But I am not a wilderness expert. And life is full of surprises. That sun drop, it gets creepier and creepier, even with the wind. Usually it's the stillness that gets me, but I don't know, this cold wind. I stay cozy in that thing though. Nice and cozy. And we got a fire. This fire isn't doing much for me though, because of the wind. Wind cuts right through you. But it helped me make a nice bowl of lukewarm soup earlier, so I guess that's something. Do I have this on upside down? Yes. I'm telling you. This whole thing is a challenge. Okie dokie. Since we're camping out here in Arizona, I'm going to tell you a little tale here about the Mogollon Rim monster, or as they called it back in the day, the Wild Man of Arizona. This story and the illustration are from a newspaper called the Ann Arbor Argus Democrat. It was published on July 3rd, 1903. So these tales go way back. This story took place in Mojave County, Arizona, and it's at the extreme lower end of the Grand Canyon. And just so you don't think I'm in the wrong place, this is a map of monster sightings I got off the internet. And here's the rim. There's the Grand Canyon. These big ovals are where people have seen monsters in Arizona. So IW saw a weird guy, strange neighbor, sitting out there on a boulder, and he said he finally succeeded in approaching closer, and he saw a man with long white hair and a matted beard that reached to his knees. The creature was unaware of him approaching, and he gazed on him for some moments unobserved. He was about 50 yards away and in full view, wore no clothing, and had talon-like fingers, claws at least 2 inches long. He also said that this creature had a coat of gray hair that covered his entire body, with spots of dirty skin showing. Now in this account, he said, "I had found the wild man of the rocks." Now that indicates that there had been stories leading up to this account. So there were stories before the early 1900s. That's kind of crazy. So this ancient thing we're looking for, this dude described it as horrors. Like, look right there. Horrors. What a face. He described the face as seared and burned brown by the sun, with fiery green eyes. With a wild whoop and a leap, the creature was off up over the rocks and cliffs, like a mountain sheep. Then he stopped. Armed with a club, he shrieked and clattered for a moment, which sounds a lot like modern accounts of these types of creatures. Then started toward IW. IW said, "I'm a poor runner, so I stood my ground. When the creature was within about 15 yards of me, I raised my rifle to fire, thinking to cripple him. As I glanced along the barrel, I heard a deep growl just above the wild man. Looking up, I saw a she-cougar and 2 half-grown cubs." This story's crazy. So this dude unalived the cougar, and the monster ran away, and the baby cougars were still alive. So that's pretty sad. And this is an artist's interpretation from back in the day of the account. And that's supposed to be the wild man. That story took place by the Grand Canyon, where we're at right now in Arizona. It's right here. The Mogollon Rim. And that should give you a sense of where we're located. Check that out. It's a big state, full of monsters apparently. This is our first night up here on the rim, and you can see forever. It's one of those places that makes you feel exposed. It's scary. All right, it's scary up here. Good morning, crows. Tree rock symbiotic relationship everywhere you go. Just the trees growing in the rocks and the rocks twisted around the trees, and it's really cool. In an area they logged all that. Now, I've never seen a forest that had so many dead and dying trees, so I get why they log it. It makes sense. Because if they didn't, the trees would just be dropping on people's heads all the time. We got some snow. And here's a good example of what I was talking about. This tree, which was long removed, you see its roots twisted around all these rocks. And they just kind of all grew together. And it seems like that's the way it is out here. And I know every forest has rocks and every forest has trees. I just think it's cool. I haven't seen them like this. And they cut down the trees a lot. They die so easily. I mean, you see trees out here rotting and dropping and twisted all around, branches falling off of them. So it makes sense why they cut them all down. Or at least they thin the herd. No tracks, just humans and small animals, critters. I like being out here in Arizona in the West in the wintertime because my phobia of things like bears eating me or snakes biting me, they're minimal. It's so cold, I don't think I'm gonna see anything like that. See a lot of other little critters. Out here they got elk, they got wild horses. I'd love to see some of those, but they're probably hunkered down somewhere too. A lot of dudes in vans driving around looking for monsters, freaking them out. Look at this cute woodcraft Smokey the Bear somebody did. They worked really hard on that. Good job. I give that an A+. A for effort. Check this out. You come out here, you can catch as many catfish or bass as you want. Trout, though, you're stuck at 4. I didn't know there were rules about when you can eat fish or how many fish to eat. That's some good info. Look at these tracks. These deer tracks. Those look a little small for elk. I have nothing for scale with me right now. Need to add casting material to our kit. We're getting into camp a little late tonight. That's okay. Look at this. Another beautiful place. Another beautiful night. Even if it's cold, and it is cold, the cold's been helping me sleep. That's nice. Well, this camp is cozy. It feels peaceful. I haven't had any weird vibes out in here at all. I saw wild horses today. Showed you that. We've got an epic sunset tonight. The way only Arizona can really do it. And the cameras don't do it justice. There's a dimensionality to them, like a volume to the clouds, the way the light hits them that these cameras don't pick up. I tried it on all my cameras. Maybe one day, if I buy something really expensive, it'll make it feel cool, but it's not today. Today we're doing the best with what we got, and I think that's how we're going to be successful. Both in our rig adventures and looking for the unknown out in the woods. Let's find out what's going to happen. Tonight, I'm going to try to record some more audio, stare into the dark, listen, observe. I think my audio recording hasn't gone too successful. We'll get better. We'll get better. FLIR, haven't been thrilled with the FLIR. It's like shapes of trees. So I need a more expensive FLIR. FLIR 1, fun to play with, it's not very useful. If you know how it's useful or what I'm doing wrong, tell me in the comments. For now, just look at this sunset. This is the second night in a row I've got this cool reflection shot while the van's still factory. I have plans for it, but you can see No matter what my plans are, look at these scratches. This van's gonna get beat up doing what we're doing. No matter how I upgrade it, no matter how much I try to protect it, the nature of what we're doing, this thing's just gonna get beat up. So up top, we had those long views. I got those amazing drone shots and stuff. But down here, it's a dense forest. There aren't long views, and it feels a little more claustrophobic. The sound moves a little different. Excited to camp down here and see what happens. Gorgeous sunrise coming up. I also got some snow coming in here in a few hours. So it looks like it's time to move on.